Well, the hour has arrived. I'm John Rakovich, along with my wife, Dr. Sue Ellen Rakovich, the founders of VCOM, and I'm the chairman of the VCOM board. I'd like to welcome our dignitaries. I suppose there are more people watching us on live stream than we have in here, but I'd like to recognize them. And let me introduce all of the dignitaries, and then we can welcome them collectively. On stage, we have Dr. Dixie Rollins, VCOM's Provost President and Founding Dean. We have Dr. John Lucas, VCOM's Senior Vice President for Institutional Advancement and Administration and the Interim Dean for Auburn. In the audience, if you stand as I call your name, Dr. Kenny Brock, Associate Dean for Biomedical Affairs and Research, Dr. Tom Dayberry, Associate Dean for fourth year in graduate medical education, Dr. Richard Virgilio, Associate Dean for Medical Education, Dr. Gary Hill, Associate Dean for Multicultural Affairs, Dr. Robert Pepper, Associate Dean for Clinical Affairs, Dr. J.J. White, Associate Dean for Center for Simulation Technology and a VCOM alum, actually in the first class in Blacksburg, Dr. Jake Williamson, Associate Dean for Student Affairs, Dr. Timothy Durant, Chair of Surgery, Dr. Jose Ellison, Chair of Osteopathic Manipulative Medicine and a VCOM alum, Dr. Kenny Harris, Co-Chair of OB-GYN, Dr. Aaron Hawkins, Chair of Psychiatry, Dr. Rebecca Law, Chair of Geriatrics, Dr. Tiandra Love, Chair of Internal Medicine and a VCOM alum, Dr. Craig Smith, Co-Chair of OB-GYN, Dr. Johnny Stackhouse, Chair of Family Medicine and a VCOM alum, Dr. David Stephen, Chair of Pathology and a VCOM alum, Dr. Heidi Vandervelde, Co-Chair of Pediatrics and another VCOM alum, Dr. Jim Walter, Chair of Emergency Medicine, Dr. Katie Walter, Co-Chair of Pediatrics, and the President of the Class of 2024, Alex Rasarmos. Let's welcome these all at once. Thank you. I'm now pleased to introduce you to your President and Provost, Dr. Dixie Rollins.
Thank you. Well, today is a celebration. Each student will be celebrating their success in the first 3 blocks, and while each one has been challenged, they've gained a new level of confidence that they'll be able to reach their goal. And this class has done a remarkable job under a pandemic. Today's white coat ceremony is the medical student's first rite as passage into the medical profession and the first step on the path to becoming an osteopathic physician. Today they will recite the Osteopathic Oath, which is a commitment to serve society and your patients. Today, each student will commit to have compassion to care for the patients from all walks of life, as recognized by the Humanism in Medicine pin they'll receive. To have altruism, to care beyond money, to be dutiful, to never abandon a patient, to have integrity, to ensure the public trust placed in each is well-deserved, to be knowledgeable, which means a commitment to devote all their time and energy to gain the knowledge required to best serve patients, and to care enough to really listen. Today, in the presence of family and friends, whether it be virtual or those here, they're making these commitments. The first student entered this path over 140 years ago, and today they join over 100,000 osteopathic physicians who began this same path. But where they go from this first step and the knowledge they gain is up to each individual student. They will have to grow into this coat of enormous trust and enormous responsibility. And this represents to society a trust with their children, their parents, their grandparents. And if they do not accept this great responsibility and commit to learn every bit of this medical knowledge, they'll find themselves ill-equipped. However, fully embracing the values of caring and the medical curriculum, and if they do accept all these responsibilities, they will have entered one of the most rewarding careers found. We hope you'll carry with each student becomes mission. And it is Gandhi who said, "A nation's greatness is measured by how it treats the weakest members." And if we believe this is true, then it must be true of medicine, because no one is more vulnerable than those who have to trust the life of a loved one in another's hands, of their newborn, their sick and elderly, the dying, the mentally challenged, even the addicted. All of these are people who need medical care and whose life will be placed in the hands of these students. So we want them to bring to this profession all the knowledge, integrity, compassion, and duty required, and then they will earn the trust of the white coat they will wear. I'm now pleased to introduce you to our interim dean, Dr. John Lucas.
All right. Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you all again to the VCOM Auburn White Coat Ceremony of 2021. This has been a year unlike any other in anyone's collective memory. And so while we gather for this event at a time and in a manner that is unusual for its history, we do so with the same anticipation and excitement of years past. I've been given a few minutes to share some reflections on this event, and so I'd love to provide you with a few of my thoughts and musings on the White Coat Ceremony. Many of you may be unaware of the history of this ceremony. I was until I looked it up recently. The first event of this kind in the United States is identified as having happened at Columbia University in 1993. The white coat has been a symbol of the medical profession for over 100 years to demonstrate to society a dedication to letting science lead the evolution of the medical profession. Scientists were the main users of the white coat in those days, and so medicine sought to create a visual reminder of our shared commitment. I've done some thinking about this event and about the white coat itself, and have come up with three main thoughts I want to share. First, it occurred to me that although you'll be receiving a white coat today, it isn't really the white coat that you're hoping to have for the long term. That's probably an elephant in the room, right? So let's get it out of the way. For those family watching at home, there are traditionally two white coats that those who become physicians take possession of during their journey. A short white coat, which you'll get today, and a long white coat, which you'll earn the privilege of wearing once you graduate as a degree-bearing physician. And although there are some parallels, I want to contrast the difference between them now and how this may help you going forward. We refer to the event today as a cloaking, which is really about putting on a symbolic garment of responsibility, of commitment, and of a reminder of the nature of our work. Someday you'll earn the privilege of wearing the long white coat, and when you wear it, you'll be doing so as a reminder of your dedication to professionalism, to selfless consideration of your patient's well-being, and to providing rational scientific therapies. Today, you receive the privilege of wearing the short white coat, which is not as much about a commitment to patient care as it is a commitment to learning how to care for patients. This cloak is a cloak of humility, of curiosity, and of dedication to learning a craft. It's a covering of protection as well, not just keeping the physical elements away, but keeping the heaviest of medical responsibilities at bay until your learning and training makes you properly prepared for them. We frequently forget that aspect of the short coat. And then eventually, at just the right time, as your education has grown and lengthened your experience, your coat will lengthen as well. So today you're cloaked. Consider this a step in your learning journey. Second, the white coat, whether short or long, is a symbol. In our current day and age, symbols have garnered a heightened level of attention, both negative and positive, and sometimes both. One lesson that we can all take away from this phenomenon is that the symbols can represent different things to different people based on their lived experience. One of the most important attributes of a physician is empathy. And it is this quality that should drive our understanding of the white coat as a symbol and how it can affect our patients, positively or negatively. Therefore, one critical thing going forward of all of you to know is that sometimes it's appropriate to take off your white coat for the benefit of your patient. A small child who is terrified of the doctor's visit and associates the white coat with a painful event such as a shot or a blood draw is put at ease by somebody without a coat. An elderly man who had an extended health scare in the hospital and associates the white coat with the memory of a painful time in his life may be comforted by the removal of the coat. There are many other examples, but the point is, when these patients confide in us their difficulty, it is our responsibility to respond with empathy and a willingness to consider their needs above our own in that moment and take off the coat. Knowing the power of some symbols is important to our growth and professional development. Insisting to a frightened child that they have no reason to be scared by your coat is unlikely to make them feel better, but showing the kindness of removing the coat may very well do so. This is a good lesson for all of us to remember. And finally, some of you may remember my stethoscope hacks from the event we had not too long ago when I handed them out to your class. I had some alternative uses for a stethoscope that I shared with the class, and had some people who told me afterwards that they had found that particular thing interesting. So while a white coat presented a more challenging situation for hacking, I decided to give it a shot. So in a pinch, your white coat could be used for an emergency tablecloth, a makeshift covering for a tear in the seat of your pants, a tiny blanket or pillow, a very small projector screen, or a flag of surrender at the end of a long day. I'm sure there are others, but I thought I'd just get you started. In all seriousness, receiving the coat has indeed become a rite of passage, and it will become a distinctive symbol of your role and development as a medical student. I'm very proud of all of you and your progress, and I'm excited to witness your continued growth and learning towards our common goal of becoming the very finest physicians you can be. Wear it as an outward expression of your willingness to learn, to gain experience, and perhaps most importantly, as a distinguishing mark of your membership in an elite group of people who will someday be fortunate to be called doctor. Thank you. And with that, I'd like to introduce your class president of the class of 2024, Alex Resarmos.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alex Resarmos, and I'm the class president for the class of 2024. From the beginning, our class has been no stranger to first. In parallel, medicine has been no exception to the turbulent world that we have experienced in the past year, nor has it hid in the shadows waiting for the storm to pass. As young, aspiring physicians, we have risen past the obstacles in our way and remain determined to not only meet, but raise the standard of excellence required of the modern-day physician. Tonight, in one of the few moments that we've been able to come together as a whole, we unite as students built upon the core values of service, collaboration, and leadership. Each one of us comes from a unique background, but regardless of where we have been or where we aspire to go, we will always remain a united front. Together, we pledge as future osteopathic physicians built upon the mission of VCOM to embody patient-centered care while serving all who are in need. The class statement is a VCOM tradition where a group of students from each class come together to put into words the ideals, characteristics, and qualities they hope are reflected by their class, both as students and one day as physicians. It is my pleasure to present to you the VCOM Auburn Class of 2024 class statement. A myriad of paths led us to where we proudly stand today, as future physicians with a common desire to improve human health. We embrace our diversity and come together during this transformative time when the urgency to reaffirm trust in medicine is greater than ever. Accordingly, we make it our mission to utilize our knowledge of medicine, focusing on the mind, body, and spirit, to break all barriers while serving our communities with compassion. Thank you.
The first faculty member to join us in cloaking is Dr. Kenny Brock. Faisal Ahmadzai. Nancy Ariano Rangel. Kylie Arthurs. Devin Ashley. Shelby Austin. Sid Bazid. Russell Baldwin. Jessica Barkhouse. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. Tom Dayberry. Allie Bennett. David Bentley. Jonathan Bishop. Abigail Bogard. Parker Bomar. Lydia Bonnell. Paul Boulay. Christopher Cacciatore. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. Gary Hill. Jordan Carrender. Stephen Carroll. Taylor Carter. Richard Chapman. Stephen Cole. Emily Custer. Avery DeVault. Kyle Disler. Mitchell Dooley. Justin Dover. Lauren Duggins. Trey Durham. Courtney Eggleston. Alex Essman. Antonio Estrada Mashburn. Megan Filson. Adam Gerber. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. Rich Virgilio. Sylvia Gurgis. Lacey Gimbroni. Griffin Gillespie. Jessica Gosinski. Elise Gonzalez. Claire Good. Ryan Green. Tracy Guthrie. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. J.J. White. Jason Halliday. Alexander Hans. Ross Harden. Shannon Hart. Mohammed Hashmi. Christopher Hawkins. Madison Heidinger. William Heaster. Brittany Hong. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. Timothy Brandt. Mary Elizabeth Hodges. Kyle Hodson. Nathan Holtman. Gavin Houston. Sydney Hutto. Michaela Hyde. Sophia Jordan. Jacob Jernigan. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. Joss Edison. Anna Grace Johnson. Hunter Jones. Kitani Jones. Daniel Jung. Fanta Calais. Danae Capers. Sasu Kabu. Matthew Kalegi. Kaylee Kimura. The next faculty member to join cloaking is Dr. Kenny Harris. Adam King. Stephanie Chirema. Win Lamb. John Landrum. Bailey Lawson. Isaac Lehman. Chanel Lear. Ryan Lee. Kira Lowry. The next faculty member to join cloaking is Dr. Aaron Hawkins. Alexis Lugo. Emma Lundy. Tyler Martinez. Alexandra Mathis. Joel Macbeth. Austin McClanahan. Madeline Mitchell. Mary Catherine Mitchell. Aubriana Moffitt. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. Rekha Lal. Kennedy Moore. Elijah Morris. Blake Morton. Adam Wynn. Nancy Wynn. Jerron O'Kine. Maya O'Neill. Ryan Palmer. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. Tiandra Love. Pat Panunzion. Anna Daniela Paraiso. Mike Pate. Anjali Patel. Druvin Patel. Jay Patel. Kush Pathak. Michael Pinnell. Christopher Pittman. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. Craig Smith. James Pollock. Madeline Powell. Darian Power. Keely Pownall. Ashton Prestige. Joshua Pomeroy. Alex Rosarmos. Tyler Reese. Mackenzie Riley. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. Johnny Stackhouse. Lauren Renfro. Justin Reynolds. Jacob Roberts. Cody Rodriguez. Megan Rogers. Sheridan Rose. William Roseberry. Eddie Rutledge. Asel Razal. The next faculty member to join in cloaking is Dr. David Stephen. Hassan Sahori. Eric Shepke. Dalton Sheffield. Yusuf Al-Rafai. Anna Sadiq. Marianne Simpson. Alexandra Skozik. Cody Stroshan. Nicholas Sullivan. The next faculty member to join cloaking is Dr. Heidi Vanderveld. Andrew Sunwood. Carl Tan. Emily Theus. Jade Thomas. Landon Thompson. Alicia Tillman. Gabriel Tuliadis. Johnny Tran. The next faculty member to join cloaking is Dr. Jim Walter. Neva Tran. Adriana Tucker. Avery Turner. Win Vu.
There you go. Now you got it. Got a cramp. It's trickier than you think. You want me to take your mask off? And then your picture's right there. Good job.
Bailey Walker.
All right, keep your hands low. That's the key. That's the key. There we go. And the whole thing slides over. Okay? Awesome. Very good. Mask. Camera's right there. Can't hardly see it. It's tricky. Good.
Michael Wallace. Emily Walthall. Wei Wang. The next faculty member to join cloaking is Dr. Katie Walter. Luther Ward. Daly Watson. Chloe Wentland. Summer West. Elizabeth Wilder. Juliet Wilson. Catherine Worth. Hope Zoller. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Good job. I want to give everybody else a round of applause. That was really nice. And for those of you at the very beginning of that, thanks for bearing with my learning curve and how to do that. It doesn't seem like it would be nearly as tricky to put a coat on a person, but if you're not practiced at it, it gets a little, I got better as the time went on, I think. Okay, so as part of our white coat ceremony, we actually all recite the Osteopathic Oath. And I'm going to lead us in that today. And so if there's any faculty in the audience who are doctors of osteopathic medicine, would you please rise? And then all students pursuing the doctoral degree in osteopathic medicine, please rise. And if you'll look at your program, you can recite with me the Osteopathic Oath. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health and the life of my patients, to retain their confidence and respect both as a physician and a friend who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity, to perform faithfully my professional duties, to employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skill and ability, keeping in mind always nature's laws and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in aiding in the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it may be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation, and never by word or by act cast imputations upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college, I will be loyal and strive always for its best interests and for the interests of the students who will come after me. I will be ever alert to further the application of basic biologic truths to the healing arts and to develop the principles of osteopathy, which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still. You may be seated.
Among our graduates and our current students, we have tremendous talents, not only in the medical field, but also within other humanitarian areas in art and culture and in music. One of our 2008 alumni wrote and composed our alma mater, and the board and administration formally adopted this wonderful composition that same year. Dr. Matthew Lowrance composed the music and the lyrics to the alma mater and has provided this gift, the VCOM alma mater, to the college and its alumni and students. Mrs. Rena Lucas will now perform our alma mater.
There's a place dear to Southern
Thank you, Rena. And thank you and your loved ones, your families, for helping us pull this off in a safe manner. I know it's an unusual way to do this, but I can't even tell you how happy I am to be here. It's been a year and a half since we've been able to do a white coat ceremony, and I guess I'm like a kid at Christmas. I enjoy them so much, and I'm so happy that we were able to do it. I don't want to wish my life away, but I can hardly wait for 3 years when I can put that diploma in your hand. Up until last year, I had awarded every one of the 3,600 plus people that had graduated from VCOM before the coronavirus came along. So I can hardly wait for that day, and I know you're eager for it too. As you know, here at VCOM, we do our best to provide you with the finest buildings, multimedia teaching laboratories, in every way that we can to give you the very best of everything and give you the best education we're able, from faculty to equipment to property. Know that we are unceasing in our efforts, and that even after you've left, we'll be doing everything we can to cause appreciation in your degree. I'd like to congratulate all the students. I hope you and your family will enjoy the White Coat Weekend, and this concludes the White Coat Ceremony. Thank you.